Hi, my name is Nicole.
Hi, I'm Gabrielle.
And we're from Basking Ridge. And we just wanted to talk about one of our encounters with God that we had together. We've been friends for a bunch of years. We've been friends since we were really little. And we were lucky enough to go to Puebla, Mexico, 2 summers in a row together on a mission trip to the middle of nowhere. There was no running water, no heat, no beds. It was a crazy experience. And it was just such a great experience for both of us, and we both got to encounter God. So before the mission trip, I had really been stuck in like our little bubble. People call it the Basking Ridge bubble in our town, and I had never really like stepped completely outside. Like Gabby and I have been on like smaller mission trips together. We went to Boston together, New York City a couple times, but nothing ever like Mexico. So before Mexico, I didn't really know about the rest of the world and the needs of the rest of the world until I got there.
I know me personally, like, before the trip, I was just looking at my world very narrow-mindedly. Maybe I was in the Basking Ridge bubble, but I think I was just, like, focusing on what I had going on, and I was like, God, like, what I have going on is, like, really important, and I don't really have time to, like, think about the needs of others, and I don't know. It was more of, like, a selfish mindset, I guess, but still, like, looking out for people around me, just, like, not going out of my way to help them.
Mm-hmm. And so, like, once I got to Mexico, I felt completely changed, and I felt, I say it all the time, that I had never felt closer to God in my life, because there, He was all that we had to cling to. There was, like, we didn't have, like, as I said before, we didn't have any of, like, the comforts that we have at home. I didn't have my parents there. I couldn't even call them on the phone. And all I had was God, and He was all that I had to get me through. We had to do a lot of, like, construction work and stuff that I've never done before. And I just remember sitting there and, like, trying to put the cement up on the wall and just praying to God, like, please, God, help me get through this and help me finish this job that I started. And, yeah, in Mexico was the first time that I really felt God was completely with me, and that's where God wanted me.
I agree. And I know the moment I encountered really God on this mission trip, like Nicole said, it's not as easy as being here at home and just like going on little retreats and little missions like for the weekend, because you know we're in the middle of nowhere, no cell service, like no, you know, like you don't have your friends to like text about things, your parents to like call to get comfort. So we were just kind of really out there on our own with the mission group we were with. And so I remember, and it's hard because, you know, we're in the middle of Mexico, and, you know, there's like that language barrier that also barriers us from the people. So if you didn't know how to speak Spanish, it was kind of hard to fully communicate with the people and have conversation. But I remember one day, you know, I was with all the little kids, and I felt like I just wanted to connect with them, but I didn't know how, and I started praying to God, like, how can I show them your love? How can I demonstrate how much you love them by being here? And all of a sudden I just felt that, like, you know, this thought that came into my head was like, just love, like that's all Jesus, like, and God wants to give us. And so that's how I can like show him, or like these little kids, his love. So I remember like just going up to the kids and like giving them hugs and coloring with them and giving them piggyback rides, and that was like, I feel like God's way of telling me like that's when I like really connected with God, like him being able to show me like his love is just through like actions. Like sometimes you don't even need words, and like sometimes we don't need to hear the words of God speaking to us when we're praying, but really just through our actions, like how other people are God to us and how I could be God to these little kids.
Mm-hmm. And so coming back, like not only speaking about our experiences on the mission trip to other people, but for me personally, just feeling God so present in my life and so close to me, and knowing that he was there, I feel like I could get through anything now that I made it through Mexico. I made it home alive.
Sure.
and having that connection with God that I had created on this mission trip to Mexico, I feel like my faith grew so much in just 1 week. And coming home now, I feel like I can share that experience with others and help others grow closer to him as well.
Yeah, and I definitely agree. I feel like now I'm not afraid to go out of my comfort zone to like help someone. I know like I see someone and I know they need God's love, or they need just someone to be there for them and to be kind, and I'm not afraid to now go out of my comfort zone and be that messenger of God's love for them, like I was in Mexico. And I'm no longer afraid to like express my faith, you know. In Mexico it was hard sometimes to express my faith because you know, like these people couldn't understand, and so it was hard to be like, come to mass, like mass, you know, but
Go to the
now,
church.
yeah, but now I'm like, I know there's no language barrier here, so I'm no longer afraid to speak how, you know, my heart feels and how, you know, faith-filled I am, so I love to share that with everyone. I think that's something we both feel now.
Yeah, so we're so lucky enough to have this experience together and to continue to go on these mission trips together, because like we said, we went 2 years in a row together, and all of the extra stuff that we do. So thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye.